Different ways of creating an award within Oracle Fusion Grants Management Cloud. So here I have listed all the different ways you can create the award. The first thing is obviously the manual way of creating the award. So you fill in the blanks in the form by manually choosing the options out there, which is the most exhaustive one. It takes a long time to create an award manually, and that's where the templates comes into picture. So you define award template basically to reduce the data entry and standardize your award creation process within your organization. So when you use and leverage the award template for creating a new award, you basically end up in saving a lot of time, but at the same time you're bringing in standardization and basic naming convention for your award, and it significantly reduces the award creation time. Then you've got another quick way of creating the award is called as quick create award, and using this method you can also create the associated projects and funding for that award within one screen. So within one screen you will have a form for creating the award, then you will have forms for creating the projects and associated funding for that award, and as soon as you save it, it's going to create the three entities, which includes awards, associated projects, and funding. Lastly, you can duplicate an existing award to create a new award. So in this lesson I'm going to show you the two ways of creating the award, the manual way of creating the award, and then second is creating the award from a template, and the other two method of quickly creating the award and duplicating existing award is something I'm going to show you in separate lessons. Okay, so let's go into Oracle applications, log in as the project manager who has got the privileges for Oracle Fusion Grants Management Cloud, and see how it goes. Alright, so I'm gonna switch the form and I'm gonna go into Oracle Fusion Cloud. Alright, so here I've just logged in as the project manager Brock Phillips, and I'm gonna go into creation of award. So you have to first go to this tab called as grant management, and you can go to this award function by clicking on this. Alternatively, you can go via this hamburger menu and navigate to grants management like this and click on award. So both the functions are going to take you to the award management workbench, and that's the place wherein you can create an award using various different methods as I have discussed a little while ago in the PowerPoint slide. So now the first way we'll do it is create an award manually. So I'm going to click on this task menu, and I'm going to click on manage awards, and once I click on manage awards, it's going to list all the awards which are already there in the system along with the different statuses, and it's going to basically show you a workbench which summarizes the status of the award. So here you can see there are various different awards, the name, number, who is the primary sponsor, what's the status, the start and end date, who is the principal investigator, and finally the total funding amount. Okay, now in order to create an award manually, all you have to do is click on this plus icon, create. Okay, and here you have to choose the business unit. Various different business units which this user has got access to will be shown over here. So I'm going to choose a business unit, something like this, starting with maintenance. Okay, let's see. Okay, let's do this. Let's go via here. You see you've got Progress US business unit and Progress UK business unit. I'm going to choose Progress US business unit, hit the OK button, and then you see the legal entity attached to this business unit got selected by the system automatically, including the currency which is defaulted to USD, and the contract type. So the contract type that you have defined in the system will come over here by default automatically based on the system options, but you can always change to any other contract type that you wish to have. So I'm going to leave that as default as project award hard limit, and here you've got to give the award name. So I'm going to give some name to this award. Let's say Department of Housing grant, and then I'm going to give a date to uniquely identify this. So let's say some date like this. Okay, and then I'm going to give a unique number over here, something like this. And then you have the primary sponsor of this. So who is the primary sponsor? Here you can choose a sponsor. So it could be something like Department of Homeland Security or Department of Health and Human Services. So you see, I'm gonna just change this. Instead of Department of Housing and Grants, I'm gonna say something like DHHS, which is a short form of Department of Health and Human Services. Alright, and let this be the award number, and then I'm going to give a start date over here. Let's say starting from today. So hence I'm going to change this one as well to 17, just to have a clear picture on the date it's created. And the end date, let's say we end it after a year, so I'm going to change the year to 22. And who's the principal investigator? Basically the principal investigator is something like the owner of the award. He will have all visibility to the award. So all the project managers defined in the system will be listed over here. You can choose one of them if you like. So let's say Brock Phillips, and once you hit save and continue, it's going to create the award. So this is a manual way of creating the award. Let's do that now, and we'll see the form under which you will see a number of details that you can fill in as you go along in managing your award before you send it for approval. So this will take usually 1 to 2 minutes depending on the speed of your instance and depending on the number of users which are logged in and the concurrent or background processes running in the system. So I would say approximately a minute or two it's gonna take. So as you could see, the message confirmation, the award header and contract header is created. So hit the OK button. So every award that gets created over here is a contract, and that you can view it in Oracle Fusion Enterprise Contracts Cloud. You can query by the award number out there, and it's going to show you the details of the award as a contract. Okay, now here you will have a number of features for the award. Now I'm going to just fill up two details, the mandatory ones, say the organization. So I'm going to choose something. Let's say if it has got something like starting with maintenance, yeah, and the institution is progress, and you can also choose what's the purpose of this award. Say something like whether it's a community, construction, education, health, justice, and so on. So let's say something like construction, and then the type of award it is. It's a federal award or it's a private award, it's a mixed award. So I'm going to say something like it's a federal award, and then you can associate various different keywords which you can potentially use to search later, references and attachment. You can attach files or any approvals and so on out here. Now there are various other sections over here that I'm going to discuss later on as a part of this course. So the entire idea for this is to show you how to create an award manually in this particular lesson. So at this time I'm going to simply save the changes whatever I have done. So you see, you've got to define the budget periods for this award between the start and end date of the award. So basically that comes over here. If you come down in financial tab, here you've got something like a budget period, and that you've got to define it. And you see the way it comes is you've got to go and also define the one over here, you see, like this, and you can enter a budget period, let's say like this, and I would say period name as 1, and this is the first period. or instead of 1 I would say base period, like this, and hit the save button. And that way the transaction, so now there is a warning, the transaction will be charged and controlled until the close date. If you don't want to use the close date, then remove the close date. Do you want to continue? And I would say yes. That's just a warning. So the budget period will be listed over here. Okay, so now you've got the funding sources. You can include internal funding, and then later on you can also define the amounts of external funding and internal funding using this particular tab, and within that there is a form which you can potentially use to define. There are various other details. I'm not sure whether you get an error message as of now, so let's save it and exit, because there are various other things. So this is the first step of creating the award manually. Okay, this is what I want to show you, like this. And alright, now here you can define, and you can start by creating a new project, and then once you create a project, then you've got to define the budget for that project. Prior to defining the budget, you've got to define the funding, and then come back and define the budget for that project. And once you're done with all that, you can review it and submit the changes for this particular award for approval. Okay, so I'm going to save, and I'm going to come out of this, because this is the manual way of creating the award. Okay, this is the objective of this lesson. Now the second way of creating the award, as per the PowerPoint slide I've shown you, was the way to leverage a award template. So I'm going to show you how you can use an award template to create an award. So I'm going to go back to award, like this, manage awards, and then I will use this button, create award from template. This is the way of creating the award by template. So you choose a predefined template from here. Let's say it's a 1-year funded award. Okay, and then I'm going to come down. You fill the basically the business unit comes automatically, which is attached to this particular user by default, and the associated legal entity will be defaulted automatically, which you can update if you like. If this business unit is attached with more than one legal entities, and if you wish to change it, then you can do it right here. Currency is defaulted to USD, but you can always update that. Contract type, if you something similar what we have done in the manual way of awarding, the screen is something similar. So here I'm going to give the award name. Again, I'm going to give something like DHHS, and then I'm going to give something like this, and I'm gonna say using created using template. Okay, and then I'm gonna give a number over here, something like this. Give a unique number for clarity purposes. So I'm gonna give something like this, and again the primary sponsor, you can choose anyone as you like. So here I'm gonna give, say, this, and start and end date. Again, you can give any start and end date if you like. So this is a 1 year. As you could see, the template name is 1 year funded, so make sure you give 1 year over here. So 1 year ends on the 16th, the day prior in the next year. Okay, if you don't give the dates properly, then you will get an error while saving the award in the system, and then you give the principal investigator. So had you given something like 10 years funded award, in such a case you've got to give the award start date and end date for 10 years. Okay, just make sure you remember that. If you're confused, then you can always open the template name or the template definition from setup and maintenance, and then you can go through the template as to how the template is defined to understand it further. But again, if you're setting up the system, obviously, then you would know how to go about it. All you have to do is train your end user according to how the templates are set up, so that they don't have any issues while creating this award using templates. So as you could see, we got a confirmation saying that the award header and contract header is created. Why the contract header? As I explained you earlier, every award is linked to Oracle Fusion Enterprise Contracts Cloud. There an enterprise contract is created automatically by the system. So we'll go there and review that, and as of now, that's the way of creating an award using a template. Rest of the fields, most of them are defaulted automatically by the system. In this case, you see the budget period got created automatically, but whereas in the manual one we have to create it manually. But other than that, as you could see, a number of other information got defaulted automatically by the template. You see the organization, the institution, and the references, and in financial details you've got the button schedule got defaulted automatically, and funding source is also, it has come again. This funding source we have given by creating the award in the previous form. And you see organization credits, you can give multiple credits to multiple organization. And compliance, you see again this has come from the template that you have attached. And the personal, again this has come from the template that you have attached. Okay, and you may have more details, but the project is something you've got to create an associate, or you can leverage an existing project to attach it to this award. And funding is also something you've got to do it yourself. So I just want to show you the form for funding, but ideal way is you've got to first create the project, then create the funding, go back to the project, then make the budget such that it equals the funding amount for this particular award. Okay, and you see that way it is done. So here I'm going to simply go back, and as you could see here, it has got a place to create the funding. You see add funding is the place where you can create the funding, and you can see the funding details in graphical formats once you are done with that over here as well. Okay, now I'm going to go back here, and I'm going to simply save, and then I'm going to simply come out of this particular award. So if I go back now to my award workbench, I would be able to see these two awards being created over there with their unique names and unique award numbers. So now I'm going to go into manage awards, and as you could see here, the awards that we just created, you see this was the first one, and it is under draft status. Starting and ending date is this, and this is the second one we created using the template, and that's got the status over here. So these are the different ways of creating the award. And you see at the bottom, if you click on this at the bottom, it's going to show you some further details about this award, but right now there is not much to display over here. If you click on this, this is going to display, but not much details over here. So I'm going to simply carry on with the remaining ways of creating the award. First one, let's go back to the PowerPoint. So we discussed the two methods of creating the award, and the last two ways is quickly create the award and associate with project and funding within one form. And then I'm going to create using a duplication method of leveraging or using an existing award to create a new one. So 4 different ways of creating the award. We have already seen 2. In the coming lessons I'm going to show you rest of the 2 methods.